Alrighty, welcome folks to another stream. I hope you had a good 4th of July weekend. It's been pretty busy over here. I do apologize, we haven't done any art streaming since last week or before last week, but as said, it's been pretty busy, I'm sure, for everyone. So yeah, just figured it'd be time to start streaming again as I chip away at my book, Sophia and the Dragon. Most of the illustrations are pretty much done. I now just need to work on the covers, so thought I would include you guys. So why don't I start off with the word of prayer before we begin. Dear Lord Jesus, we thank you for this day, and we thank you that we can hang out. I pray that you give us a good time together, and help me as I work my book. In your name I pray, Jesus. Amen. Alright, so I'll pull up the stream here on my phone so I can monitor the chat. Alright. Warphammer, hey, welcome. How's it going? Have to be musted, but hi. Hi there. Okay. Okay. Alrighty. Let's see. Another sip of coffee. I'm gonna lower the opacity on these. Let's see. Make sure I have the right anatomy. Let's see. I got my mini enduro prop here to see what is it like. I'm holding a blade. That's what that looks like. Okay. Unfortunately, I have the sword at an angle, so it's kind of hard to draw a straight line. It kind of looks crooked either way. I hope you all had a good 4th of July weekend. Let's see, okay. Good. My shoulder is not comfortable. I've been drawing all day, working on this cover. So I think by now my shoulder is a little tired. And if you've been following my artwork for a while, you know I love chipped swords. I don't know, to me it just, when a hero has a chipped sword, it makes it feel, makes everything feel more heroic, at least for me. It shows, like, you know, the character's been through a lot of battles, or it shows that, you know, there is some weakness in the sword. So there's that element of peril for the character. I'm gonna fix that though. Actually pull that in a little bit. Let's see. I gotta actually pull out my test print book to see references for my characters. What does his undershirt look like? Okay. Yeah, so we're about pretty much done with this book. It's been a year of illustrating. I need to change to a different brush. Yeah, it's been a year of illustrating. The colors are finally done. I just have this book cover to finish, and if I play my cards right and actually stick to it, I can be done. I can have this at least flatted by the end of this week. Let's see. He's got 3 little ties on the shirt. let's actually fix those. I'm not too happy. At least with the first one. Oops. And for some reason, all day, my hands have just been, or rather my brushwork has been very sketchy. I think I'm just very used to doing sketches. Oops, come on. Got the this line blue, I think. This actually give me a pretty small portion of the cover, so I don't need to worry about it too much. But I still want it to look good. Got some lines to clean up here. Oops, come on. This book is getting in the way. Until it's screwed. Let's see. Okay. So his arm's going to be over here holding. Essentially, his arm would be here holding the shield. So I don't need to worry about drawing the arm. It's going to be a small shield, not too large. Let's do this again. I think that looks okay, but I do want to fix this lighting. There we go. That might be too thick. Yeah, that line is way too thick. Okay. Then his tail. Where's his tail? His tail's here and going up into the line art for the princess. Trying to see what is that piece of line art I'm seeing. Oh, that is me. And how did that piece of artwork get there? actually gotta see. How did I draw his lower abdomen? Is it just with a simple line or with fur? Eh, I might draw it like that. Since he has no pants, he's obviously a mouse, so there's nothing to worry about. He's got fur there, but that fur detail, let me know if that looks awkward to you, if that looks like looks like anatomy, or if that just looks like fur detail. Let me know, because I cannot have that on the cover if it looks like anatomy. Okay. Of course, this is a wooden shield, so we gotta have some notches in the wood. There we go. And make sure this line connects. Oops. Okay, yeah, that's level. Not bad, not bad. Looks like okay, I think everything looks good. Move the sketch lines. Okay. So now we got princess, got the dragon. I'm gonna have to change up the artwork here on the dragon a little bit. So this is all going to be like, I don't know, dissolving into each other on the final image, kind of like a gradient like that. But I'm gonna keep the full image there for when I put it all together later. However, the princess, she can have her sleeve removed, I think. Sophia, it's very rude to cover up someone's face with your sleeve. There you go. Not too bad. I'm actually gonna keep that there just in case. Once I have all the color layers on top and everything, all that will be covered, so it'll make more sense later on. Okay. So I've been doing the inking for this since yesterday. I'm very happy with how this is turning out. And then the title will be here, as this underdoodle suggests. Oh, is that going to be the tail there? Okay. It's always good to look at your doodle so that you know exactly what you were envisioning when you first sketched this out. Trying to do this. Okay, so I need to add that dragon tail. What's going to be? Oh no, it's going to be like that. Okay. So then everything circles back to each other. That's the goal, I see. Right. Okay, just when I thought I was done doing dragon scales, turns out you forgot something. Oops, undo. I'm actually gonna put on my iPad glove. What is that? Look at the references. There's the craft. So I'm actually gonna change this up a bit. I want the full tail in frame. Lotharens, hey! How's it going? Hope you're surviving the summer heat over there. And I know the 4th of July is not a holiday that you celebrate in Germany, but I hope you had a very good weekend. Okay. Oops. Whoa, 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 whoa. Where did we go? Okay. Tail might be a little too whip light. That's okay. Lorenz, going good so far. Last week was cooling down with some rain, but this week temperatures went up again. Oof, I get that. I'm sorry, man. Only not as hot as before, at least. Hey, a win's a win. Just even a slight dip in temperature can make all the difference. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, good, good. I should really hide all of these other layers here, so there you go. Okay. Let's just add the tail right there. This looks to be, oh sorry, Lotharans. Looks to become a pretty epic scene, or a kind of collage. Yeah, kind of a collage. This is the cover for my book that I've been working on for about a year now. Sophia and the Dragon. So we're gonna have I need to draw like a piece of parchment here where the fonts and text is gonna go, but yeah, this is the cover image for my children's book. Illustrations are done. Maybe one or two more that I need to throw in there, but we'll see how that goes. But everything else is done, just minus the cover. And I'd like to get this done. Well, the flatting will be done by this week, hopefully, in time for vacation, because I won't be here for a little bit. So, well, thank you, appreciate that. What was I doing here? Nope, wrong layer. Okay, details. This is a very tedious process, adding scales, but I actually don't mind it too much. It's not very difficult, it's just tedious, that's all. Okay. And of course, most of this, a lot of this tail will be actually cut off probably, but it's good to have some stuff that might be cropped off already done, just in case you run into issues where it's like, oh no, that part of the drawing isn't there, and I moved the image. Put brush line on because I am line doing. Looks like we got 4 of you watching. Welcome all. I'm just chipping away at this book cover. And a lot of this will be faded out, but it's good to have it all. Here we'll have the spine of the book. There's actually, it's not too much space, but it's a good amount of space. This is my test print that I made when I finished all the inks. I had it printed out so I could see like what everything looked like and make sure the sizes are all there. So right there, I'll probably have like some flowers or something. If I had a thick enough spine, I would draw the main character, Sophia, the princess, actually on the image, but it's too thin a spine. So we'll just have like the pattern here on her what would you call it? What part of on her collar, I guess? No, on the hem of her robe. That's better. Have that like that, then have the flower back down. It's gonna look something like that. And then the idea is to have this dragon's wing kind of on the back end of the book, on this side, um, transform from the wing all the way to like the scroll where the like text will be like Sophia lives in a happy castle, but then the dragon attacks, something like that. It may not turn out the way I wanted. I might have to abandon that idea. We shall see. Okay, and then I have these all on their own layers, so I can move things around if need be, which would be nice. Might have to do that. We'll see. And then I'm trying to think what else I need to do, because if this is it, I think the inks are done. Probably remember something later. I need to do the scroll for the text. Brush set, pull up liner 3. The crop marks, a little distracting. See, the funny thing is, I have my sketch, and then I just completely ignore it and start to do my own thing. And then I get into trouble. He said as he continues to do his own thing. I think that works. I have the dragon's wing removed for a second. Yeah, I think that works. Of course, it seems like. And I know the size works because I tested it out earlier with adding font. So I'll have to move this part. Perfect. Alrighty. I'm actually gonna goal here is to try and cover up with a different layer all the different parts of the inks that are going to be covered up so I know exactly what I'm looking at. Oops. Okay, hold on a second. It's going to look something like plant. Maybe I'll have the tail covering up the princess. Something like that. Not bad, not bad. Yeah. What do y'all think? Of course, it will make a bit more sense once there's color and text and all that, but oh yeah, let's see. I need to draw the border around this as well. So that means that has to be in this box too. Both ends. Looks promising so far. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. So the time is 2:21. I'm gonna have to probably skedaddle around 3-ish. Get ready for work. You ever had that moment where your chair moves back a little too far? And you think, oh goodness, I'm falling. Hmm. hide. Oops, what is this? Another sketch layer. I'm gonna hide all these layers. So then I can work on the border. That don't take fun. Oops. I'm going to duplicate that because I want that all to be the same width. Oops, that did not translate for some reason. Duplicate. Oh, I'm at the maximum amount of layers. Shoot. Oh, okay. So I have a border. I gotta figure out what I'm doing with the edges. Make this all one layer. Yeah, this part is not very exciting work. I do apologize. Ooh, that's good. The corners don't need to be absolutely perfect, but I want them to be as much as possible. Perfect. And lower them a tiny bit, maybe? Oh, yes. I'm gonna maybe enlarge them. Crystals are fine. Okay. Then I have these little French flowers. I don't know why I call them French flowers. They look like the type of you guys know what I'm saying? They look like those type of flowers that you see on like medieval heraldry. Oops. There we go. That's better. Perfect. I like it. Oh yeah. So now we can bring in, that'll be the text. Princess Sophia. The dragon. There is the knight. I have yet to give the knight a name. He's just the knight. The servant boy knight, I should say. Let's see, where's the servant boy? I don't have to move here. That might be a bit more center. I'll have him there. Which means I need to fix Sophia's sleeve. Oh dear. There are some issues here. Now those little flowers, now that I'm seeing it in the full context of things, might be too much. What I can do is actually shrink them down, maybe? Yeah, that might belong a bit smaller. I'll deal with that later in post, once I'm doing the color. Okay. Okay, so I think I am pretty much done with the inks for the cover for Sophia and the Dragon. Wow. Oh, we got 6 of you here. Welcome all. Hope you're all having a great time and had a good 4th of July, well, I can't speak, 4th of July weekend for my American friends. And if you're not from the US of A and you didn't celebrate 4th of July, well, I hope you had a very good July 4th weekend. because everyone deserves to have a good weekend. Okay. Sophia, how are your eyes? This is the scary part. To make sure your drawing actually looks good, you should rotate it. I'm very afraid. Let's see what happens when I flip it. It's not too bad, actually. She looks a little chubby. Might move her muzzle. That's better. There we go. I like that. STL SF, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, hopefully this turns out okay. I have a vision in my mind. It looks good with the inks at least. Once I do the color though, that's when we'll find out if it works or not. And I should probably take a drink of water. I've been having so much coffee. Okay. All right. So I should probably get up and stretch a little bit. Oh. If you're sitting down like I am, don't forget to get up and stretch if you can. Okay. Oh. All right. So now that I've done the inks for this, it's probably time to move on to a different project. Let's see, what time is it? Time is 2:34. I'm gonna have to call it quits around 3, as I gotta start getting ready for work. So now that we're done with that, I'm gonna move on. And where's my doodle work? And I'm gonna start working on our stegosaur illustration. I was supposed to have this done for the illustration of the month, but it's been a very crazy couple of weeks, so I haven't gotten this done like I wanted. Make sure I'm on the right brush size. I definitely am not. Okay. That's probably better. Of course, it's the stegosaur color. wrong? He's pretty small in the background, so I don't think it matters that my hand is not very good here. Hopefully. Okay, so now I gotta get his saddle, or saddle blanket, I should say. These stirrups, I think that's, yeah, stirrups. It's texture. This is supposed to be a little seat deal for him to rest his back on. Made of, I'm assuming, wicker. Not sure what that was supposed to be. Just called some sort of decoration. Okay, very nice. Where's my sketch? Wait, there's a sketch. I think I need to draw some scales on the stegosaur. Not too many. I'm not doing the dragon all over again. I'm just a few scales here and there, just so you know, like, oh yeah, this is a rough textured animal. Eventually, if everything goes according to plan, I might need to hire a colorist full time. When I say according to plan, what I'd like to do, I have a few other mini projects I need to finish up once I'm done with the book, but I need to move on to a short story I'm working on, and then a full comic of Barbarians, because I've been putting that on the back burner for way too long. I'm trying to wait for the story to be perfect to start, and I think I'm at the point where I pretty much know where I'm going with it. It's the starting point that I'm like, I don't know where to start. I know technically you should start at the origin story, but I'm actually not interested in doing Haru's origin story because I think it takes too long to get to the point where this part of the story that I'm actually interested in, which is just her and the pups going on adventures. And I don't really want to do like, oh, here's how these characters meet and here's how everything is done. That to me is not interesting. I would rather just work on Here's the characters, here's their adventures. You gotta get some big scales, or osteoderms, I think they're called. It's too big. There we go. Of course, this part of the tail is closer to the viewer, so maybe a little bit more detail is wanted. Okay. I like it, I like it. Decide, do I want to add like that crocodilian undermarking on the soft part of the belly? What I mean by that is like these lines. Not sure if that looks right or not. Thought the ends. Alright, the bed sheets are calling my name. Time to go sleeping. Have to get up early again. Good day, everyone, and thanks for streaming. Hey, Lothrens, thank you so much for joining the stream. Take care, and hopefully the weather keeps cooling down over there in Germany. Sleep well, man. Take care. Yeah, let's try to see. I don't know if I want those lines there. We shall see, we shall see. We'll do the line work, even though it's extra work, but just in case, I'd rather have that there than during color realize, you know what, it's missing that texture. Realize the brush I'm using might be a bit too big. I think what my plan will be is to make the opacity very low with those lines. Oh, I need more water. Yeah, I'm still not sold on this. We shall see. Oops. Hmm. What do you guys think? Do you like these, for lack of a better term, underbelly texture lines? I know they look good on some animals. I'm just not sure they look good on the stegosaur. It's not bad. Not bad at all. I quickly check messages real quick. Okay. Uh-oh. Looks like I'm having some trouble with the stream all of a sudden. 1 second. What's going on there? It's one problem I'm having with the iPad lately. There we go. Hopefully that works out. Okay. I think we are at the point where all that needs to be done is the background, which I am kind of dreading. That's okay. We can remove the sketch. I get the line width down for the background. Okay, yep, that works. Actually, since that is a foreground element, I'm going to raise the brush size. How about that? Oh, sorry, let me fix that. Give me a second. Okay, I don't know why that's freaking out on me again. I was able to figure that out last time. Oh, that is still freaking out. Okay, where did you go? still being a pain in the patoot. Will it work? Let's hope so. If it doesn't, then I will probably just call the stream quits. Anywho, so then that way you guys don't have to keep seeing that terrible flashing. Shadows. Of course, there goes me already wanting to do detail. Just finish with drawing first. Oops, what am I doing? Okay, go back to our smaller brush. Transition into a small brush. Oops. There you go. I like that. A bit more of a transition. It's looking pretty good for the background, I think. And then we'll have to draw the log and the rest of the background. But for now, I think it is time to call it quits. I have to get ready for work. So thank you guys so much for hopping on the stream. I hope you had a great time. I will be back tomorrow. I know I've been trying to stream every day of the week. Uh-oh, and here comes that flashing again. So we'll remove that. I've been trying to do almost every day of the week, which hasn't been working out very well. I'm thinking of streaming Wednesdays and Thursdays, or Thursdays and Fridays, and then occasional Saturday if need be.